Hey guys, it's Eric from Game of Past, Present, and Future, and today I want to discuss the last game in the Mega Man series. Alright, the first game was X's game, third-person shooter, and then Zero's game, which was the third-person action game. So now we need to make a game that crosses them over. So MegaMan Cross, it would be called, instead of Mega Man X. Because you would have their storyline, say at the end of Mega Man X and the end of Zero, their stories would somehow cross over, okay? Cliffhanger, if you will, in both games. And in the third game is where you're going to have a mixture of third-person shooter gameplay with the action gameplay, the sword gameplay from Zero's, okay? Might be kind of hard to do, but I'd like to see something like that. I've seen some PC games do that, okay? You have guns, and you have swords, and you could do everything. Hide and cover, jump off walls, and shoot at the same time. I've seen some PC games do it. I'd like to see something like that for Mega Man Cross. And that would be the third game in the series. And all of these games I'd like to see on the PlayStation 4, okay, exclusive to PlayStation. But I doubt that. It's up to Capcom. They might put it on the Wii U. In terms of graphics, I talked about how I want them to be up to date and realistic. Well, think of like Iron Man's armor as like X's armors and Zero's armors, kind of like that graphically in the video game. It's PlayStation 4. I think they can really make it look good. The multiplayer will also have to cross over. And be able to use both, and there'd be an interesting multiplayer aspect to it, where you have close-range sword moves, and you have long-range shooting weapons. Now, I want their armors to carry over. Okay, so Zero, I would make at least 3 collectible armors for Zero and X. When you start up Mega Man Cross, you start off with those armors. You don't lose them. Most games have you lose the armors or they get damaged or something like that, and then you gotta collect brand new armors, stuff like that. I would like to see some add-ons for the armors, and maybe 1 new armor for each character or 2, I don't know yet. Like I said, these are beginning stages for this game, and I'm gonna work harder and harder on it, and maybe get some drawings out actually, if I have time to work on this project, get some concept art out. So, but it's up to the players to really press Capcom to do this. It's hard because Mega Man slowly fell out of popularity. They tried the DS games, the more RPG style games, stuff like that. Not so great in terms of sales, and we haven't seen a game for the franchise. And I think this would really get players interested if they could see a new look, a new style, graphically looking very nice. Gameplay has to be smooth. And again, in terms of the story in Mega Man Cross, you could say crossover too. I don't know yet on the title. It's cross or crossover. But probably cross. Their stories would then now cross over. Okay? So you have the cliffhanger and Zero story, cliffhanger and X's story. And then now their stories merge together. So in the story mode, you're going to have it where you might switch off between missions. Or you might have a choice who you want to play in each mission. Stuff like that. But again, I'd rather not have it so linear. Mission. No, I want to have it more open world. So you get a little exploration. It's not so linear. And there's different ways to tackle objectives. You might find maybe picking Zero might be easier or harder. Usually Zero's will be harder. Okay, because he's more of the close range guy. X is long range might be easier sometimes. So depending on which character you choose, there'd be maybe different enemies, okay, or they react differently to the character. So if you pick Zero, the enemies maybe have a stronger defense for short-range attacks, or stronger long-range attacks that it's harder to get to, etc., etc. Can't be the same enemies. The bosses will be the same for each character, but they will react differently to each character. So that's up to the AI and whoever designs it. It's going to play differently. And I want the bosses to play differently every time you face them. Because playing through the X series, you start facing a boss, you kind of get their pattern. I don't want a pattern. Okay? So it should be interesting. Also, this is where co-op comes into play. Now you can do levels on co-op. Okay? Just saying. So yeah. I'd love to see this game be made. And I'm going to work hard on it over the next few months. I'm going to have some other projects going. I'm going to have some other videos coming up about a few other games. I just finished God of War Ascension, so I might do a review on that shortly. And then there's a few other projects I want to mention in a few videos. So, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you spread the word about this game. I want it made. So I soon will be subscribing to as many people as possible. If you sub, tell me. Alright, I'm out.